Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today, Mimi and I are checking off those final little details for the Creekside Signature Experience, which is actually happening right now as you are watching this video. I'm filming this on Monday. The experience is happening on Friday, which is when this video should go ahead and air. So let's just say a prayer, fingers crossed that everything is prepared and ready for Friday. I know it will be. We are literally putting the final touches on things. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna spend some time here in the cottage garden. Look at these rudbeckias. Are they not absolutely stunning? Gorgeous. So these are so pretty. I've got 3 of these here. We're going to be adding 3 brand new, they're gonna be new for 2026, 3 Heliopsis from our friends at Walter's Gardens. Sundial, oh my gosh, y'all, unbelievably gorgeous. So we're gonna add that to the other side of the cottage garden. And then a brand new Nepeta catmint from Proven Winners. Cat's Walk Queen. So she is a big, beautiful Nepeta. She's in full bloom, pollinators love her. So we are going to add her as well to the cottage garden down on both sides of this bed. I've got some dahlia tubers we're going to stick in the ground because I had some left over from when we planted the dahlias. They're the shorter varieties, so they will be perfect here in the cottage garden. And then last but not least, we are going to add some flagstone to the pathway that connects, like cuts through the cottage garden into the grass. So we are going to move with purpose because, as you can see, it is a beautiful sunny day here in North Carolina. It is toasty already. It's about, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning. Second video of the day that I have filmed. So we are moving with purpose. Literally, I have a to-do list taped to the back of my car. So as we get things done, we're checking it off the list. And so this is definitely at the top of the list of things to get done here. So the cottage garden is looking unbelievable. I mean, to say that this portion, so all of this, remember we installed this part of the garden late last summer. So all the way down to the Amsonia that's kind of glowing right now, this is all less than a year old and just beautiful. I do have 3 plant supports right here. Y'all, I've had these for years. I honestly do not remember where I bought them from. You can, you could have gotten them in different sizes. This is probably a 3 foot tall, but you can hook them together if you want to. I just want them for the front side of the support because my rudbeckias, if you start to look, they're starting to lean a little bit towards the front, especially this one back here. We've had some doozies of some thunderstorms and wind, and I do not want these babies to fall before Friday. So I'm just gonna take these supports and tuck them up in there so that way they have support on the front side and they won't tip over. But just stunning. So this portion of the bed is doing great. Mimi's doing a little weeding, adding some ajuga in there at the steps for me. So what we're going to do down here is let me show you these plants that we're going to add. Here we have is Catwalk Queen. Sorry, y'all. So here we have Catwalk Queen. You can see that she is in full bloom, a nice big plant. This is going to be 10 to 12 inches tall and anywhere from like up to 20 inches wide. So a nice big presence on this catmint, and it is going to be hardy in zones 3 to 8, of course, full sun, and just gorgeous lavender blue blooms, big, huge flowers. Pollinators and honeybees were already over them. We have got 5 of these that we are going to be adding in. And then coming on over here, I have got 3 of the Sundial Heliopsis. Y'all, look at these plants. Are they not gorgeous? Of course, Heliopsis is also known as a false sunflower. This is going to be, can be up to like 4 feet tall. So that's why I kind of stuck her off to the side. This is the biggest one, and about 3.5 feet wide. Hardy in zones 3 to 8. Beautiful gold flowers with those red eyes. I mean, just absolutely stunning. They sent these to us as bare root plants, and you can see this is the biggest one, how well she has grown and just full of buds. So we're going to kind of stick her here on the back side. We're giving me some height. So the reason that we're going to put these here is because I do have those 3 beautiful Rudbeckia down here. I'm trying to tiptoe out of the flower bed and not step on the plants. So I'm trying to bring some balance to this space because I think you can see, like from a distance, right? So you can really see those rudbeckia. They're sticking out down there. Gorgeous. But I want to bring your eye this way too. So we've got 2 back here, and then since we only have 3, we put the biggest one back here. So even though they're not the same flower, they will have that same kind of color, that same kind of look. So I'm bringing those across. So that's what we're going to do with those. And then Mimi was so kind and went ahead and placed, I think there's 5, a total of 5 of the catwalk queens. So there's 2 here, and then over here we've got 1, 2, and then the 3rd one is in front of the Baptisia over there. So what I have is my Power Planter auger. I'll probably go ahead and use the 9-inch on that since these are full gallons. Use that, some biotone, plop them in the hole. We don't have irrigation yet in this bed. It's set up for it, but it's not actually laid out yet. So I don't have to worry about any of the wires or anything like that. So get those in the ground, and then we're gonna move to the dahlias. Figure out where those dahlias are going to go because, oh man, they are going to be so pretty in here come the fall when they begin blooming. Okay, my friends, so Mimi and I have gotten this morning's project complete. It's about noon, and it took us about 2.5 hours to get what was on the list accomplished as far as the cottage garden. And then, of course, if you know Mimi and I, when we get together, we find all sorts of little side things. We piddle in the garden quite nicely. So let me show you everything that we did, and yeah, let's just kind of move forward on this space. I went ahead, first things first, and got the rudbeckias over here, got them pulled up, and so hopefully you really can't notice very much that I did it. And we do have, like I said, today's Monday, experience is on Friday. So we've got enough days and enough sunshine that should be happening that we should have some leaves kind of fill in and kind of hide the fact that you can actually see the support right there. That was, I think, the most obvious one. And then, but everybody else is doing quite nicely and looks good. So love that. Got them all nice and secure. So if we have a storm, which today is the one that has the most likelihood, the highest percentage that we're going to get some thunderstorms this afternoon. And then for the rest of the week, it's just going to be hot. So my people, well, you would already be here by now, so this is not going to do any good. So I was going to say, my people, when you come, dress appropriately because it's going to be hot. Speaking of dressing appropriately, I had a wardrobe change because when I came out here, I put my overalls on, got out here, and my gosh, they were so hot. It was like they were trapping the heat. So yes, I had a wardrobe change, got rid of the overalls and put on some shorts and a nice linen shirt to let the breeze just blow through. So got those staked up nice and lovely. Got the catmint and the heliopsis in. We planted them a little bit high, so you can see there's a the catwalker queen. So we've got one here, and then the other two are on the other side, and then of course those sundials are right here, and they are going to take off and be absolutely gorgeous. With the dahlias, we had 3 different types of dahlias. They were all within the Cafe au Lait. So it's Cafe au Lait Rose, Royal, and Summer Song. I'm not sure, I can't remember, but it was the 3 Cafe au Laits. So they're all gonna be in that 36 inches kind of range. So we had 2 of each, so we put 1 of each in each bed. So and I don't even know which ones we put where. I don't even, I quote, care which ones they are. So I put 1 here, so there's 1, and then between the fire chief, kind of right there, there's the second one, and then the third one is off behind the rose near the Stokes asters. Because I think once these Stokes asters are done and once the signature experience is over and they're finished blooming, then we'll trim those back, and I don't think they'll bloom again. We'll see. Between all of the rain that we have gotten so much rain and wind, they're starting to kind of splay open a little bit, but I think it's just gotten so much water and then not a lot of sun because of all the rain. So they've kind of splayed open a little bit. But yeah, so then we have the other 2 nepidas right here. And then on this side, we've got kind of mirrors that on the other side. So the 2 nepidas here, there's only 2 in this one. And then of course that heliopsis down there. And then with the dahlias here, we have basically, so there is a peony straight dead center of me. So we split it, and there's a dahlia on each side of there. And then we brought the other one down here kind of close to the front. So it will be right there. We will see how they do, because this is thick clay soil, but the good thing is that it's on that hill, so it will drain well. So fingers crossed that they do well. Time will tell. This is the best place that I could have them. So got all those in the ground, got the dahlias, the perennials, got the Rudbeckia staked up, and then we went ahead and came up here and got the flagstone down. Super simple. I mean, we're just keeping it kind of nice and tight and narrow. This is just to have a nice little path between the terrace garden into the grass, because it's just easy access right through here. So rake back that mulch, and then we went ahead and we just used 4 pieces. So it'll be nice to have that whole pallet, because you always need some flagstone. There's always time you need a couple of pieces here or there, put a pot on, do something. So there you go. And then once we got them all laid, then just brought the mulch back, tucked them in, and I got them watered, rinsed off, so everybody is good. There is a little bit of a color difference between, so these 2 were already here, and then the 4 back are the new ones. And honestly, the difference in the color is due to these 2 have had almost a year's worth of red clay muddy feet walking on top of them, and so the next 4 will catch up real soon. Trust me, they'll get stained really nicely with all the red clay around here. So they'll age and they'll blend, and it'll all be good. But I love that look right there, doing really nice. And then we went ahead and came in, we had some little tiny pieces, and because of the way that the steps are, sometimes with my little short legs, I'll take a step in between. So we came in and put those little pieces right here. So that way when I walk, it's a nice step, and I can step there. And so the creeping jenny, the ajuga, the mondo grass, all of that can fill in. The delosperma will continue to come in. So we went ahead and put those little pieces up there. Then what we did also was up at the top of the steps is we rearranged these two containers. So this is the container that has, that's a guacamole hosta and a autumn brilliance fern. So this pot, this pot was way up at the top and was at the base of the pine tree that fell during Hurricane Helene. So I had to obviously move her because the tree was uprooted. And so she had been way up there. It's been kind of hanging out in just kind of a weird spot for a while. And so thinking of the Signature Experience, I was like, man, she would be really pretty to bring her down here. I felt like this corner was empty. So we moved her here. And then I have the container that has my Daphne, the Everillo, Carex, and then some ivy in it. And so we just scooted her over just a little bit. And she's doing really, really well, by the way. And so both of these pots are doing quite nicely. I am going to get, that's on the list to do, is to get a couple bags of Daddy Pete to hide this red clay right here. So we're going to dress this area up, so don't worry about that. But let me show you, because Mimi was just kind of having a fit when you look at it from down here. Come back down the steps so you can see, and it looks so nice having those two pots there. So it kind of continues. We totally planned this, y'all. So had the curve of the steps kind of coming up, and then the pots kind of mimic that and curve and bring your eye on up. So yeah, loving that space. Oh, and there is a lovely breeze. So we are going to continue to knock out the list of those little tiny things that we want to get done, that I want to get done, because today is the day that Mimi can give to me, and then she's got to go to her garden and get ready because, of course, her garden is on display for the Signature Experience as well. So folks are going to be taking tours of her garden during the rotations. So she has been so kind enough to volunteer a ton of time in my garden, and I'm very, very grateful for her to come and help me. So this afternoon we're going to knock out a couple of other things, and yeah, we're doing great. So other than being hot and sweaty, and like I said, today's the coolest day out of the week. It's going to be 87 today with a 72-degree dew point, and then it just goes up. So my Signature Experience people, I hope you are going to dress appropriately. We're going to send you an email, read your emails. Again, it's going to do a lot of good if you see this video, because it's going to be on the day of the experience, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it's going to go up, and we're going to be multiple days in 91s, and then we're going to go up to 95s. So get ready, friends. The heat is here. Summer is coming in with a bang. So if you have found this fun, informative, inspirational, we would love it if you would like and subscribe to Growing with Creekside. That way you don't miss those 5 videos that we do each and every week. Y'all have an amazing day. I am going to go drink a gallon of ice water and cool off a little bit before we get started on the next list. See y'all next time. Bye, friends.